Good evening, I'm Jsvtraffic for Jsvtraffic with this Saturday evening update. We have a lot of volume out there all across the board. The biggest delays are over on I-76, but I-95 has delays too, and we're starting to see a developing delay here northbound on I-95 between the Commodore Barry Bridge and I-476 North. Volumes are quite high at this time, and we're noticing approaching I-476, the Blue Route, it is starting to slow down and back up. Just up ahead from this camera. Southbound in the same area is quite heavy as well, but southbound is moving along at the posted speed limit. Further north on 95, we do have delays coming south out of northeast Philadelphia this evening. Traffic is generally stop and go between the Betsy Ross Bridge and I-676, where volumes are very heavy. Northbound is also slow, approaching the Betsy Ross Bridge up through to Academy, where there's about 3 miles of delays at this time just due to volume. And on I-676 we have delays this evening as well, generally in both directions between the area of Broad Street and I-76. Traffic is very slow in both directions. And on I-76 this evening, it is just an absolute disaster trying to come into the city. Traffic is just bumper to bumper on inbound 76 all the way from 202 through I-676. We have our traditional Saturday 18-mile delay that has developed here. Traffic is just bumper to bumper, as you can see here, approaching the Blue Route. Stop and go traffic. Here we are before the Blue Route, solid, coming inbound. Here we are in the area of milepost 332, where outbound in this area is also stop and go. Let's continue inbound. We'll take a look here in the area of mile marker 332.6. It's just a sea of headlights coming inbound. And here we are at the Conshohocken curve. A little bit better, but then you get to this point at Waverly Road, just past the curve, and it is just bumper to bumper coming inbound. We'll continue here. And here we are at Gladwin this time, where traffic is coming to a stop. And we'll put this in streaming motion to get you a better sense of how it's doing at Gladwin. As you can see here, traffic is just coming to a complete stop. Outbound as well, it appears to be a little bit slow in this area, out through to the area of I-476, but that's only a 3-mile delay at this time. It's mainly inbound that we're concerned of. And we'll continue further east, and here we are at Gladwin itself. As you can see, the brake lights are coming on here. Everyone's coming to a stop. And now we'll come over here to Belmont. It does open up a little bit between Belmont and the area of US 1, but once you get past US 1 approaching Montgomery, it just comes to bumper conditions once again, right on through I-676. Your average travel time inbound, it's not too good at this time. If you're coming from the Pennsylvania Turnpike through to the area of I-676, it's generally a travel time of 55 to 60 minutes. If you're continuing through to I-95, it is indefinite, 1 hour and up to 70 minutes at this time due to volumes. Outbound, not as bad, not anywhere near as bad. If you're traveling between I-676 and the area of the Pennsylvania Turnpike, it's only about 29 minutes at this time. And if you're coming from 95 or the Walt Whitman Bridge, it's only about 33 minutes. Normally it should be 27 minutes from the Walt Whitman Bridge, and normally from I-676 it should only be about 20 minutes. If you're traveling on I-476 to Blue Route, not doing too bad congestion wise. We don't have any real major congestion, but we do have a lot of volume at this time, generally in both directions between exits 9 and 95. Every once in a while you're going to find a spot where it is tending to slow down, but for the most part it's not too bad. We'll look here at 320, and it's a little more open here than it was in the last camera. And let's check down near 95 itself, where it's even more in the way of being open. Not too bad. Now let's take a look over at 202. 202 is not doing too bad. Over in the new 3-lane section, it's wide open, which is good news, and which is what we should expect from now on. Now that it's 3 lanes in that area, it's going to be more spacing in between cars, unlike before. 422 here at Egypt Road. Moderate to heavy volumes in each direction. And once you get past 29, it's light to moderate volume. No congestion, though. coming in on 422 this evening. Here we are in the area of 363. It's where it's heaviest coming eastbound because we have that inflow that's flowing into 202 north where traffic's trying to merge to get on through to I-76. 202 north at the merge to I-76. That is starting to get better now. It's easing up, which means I-76 will soon ease up as well. Over to the Pennsylvania Turnpike we go. No major delays to report on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. We are seeing some heavy volumes on the eastbound side here at Route 29 slip ramp, which is quite unusual for this time of the evening on a Saturday, but there's no major delays. And if we look here at Valley Forge, hardly anybody going eastbound at this time, that area. Most likely that volume that we see going eastbound here at the Route 29 slip ramp, that is volume coming back from the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair and Hershey Park. The Renaissance Fair was absolutely mobbed today, and earlier in the day we had a 3-mile backup to get off at Lancaster exit, which persisted through to about 1:30 in the afternoon. Usually that clears up at 1:45. So they had a packed house at the Renaissance Fair this Saturday, and hopefully they'll get that again tomorrow, given the Eagles are on a bye week. Northeast extension time. Let's take a look at the Northeast extension here in the area of Lansdale. Moderate to heavy volumes in each direction, generally between Lehigh Valley and Mid-County. That's due to a lot of leaf peepers that went to the Poconos for the day, and northbound is just a lot of volume. It always is on Saturdays. And I want to remind you that starting at about 8:30, it will go down to one lane between Quakertown and Lansdale in each direction for road work. And given how heavy it is right now, and it's already 7:15, I expect that to cause delays this evening. Okay, now to New Jersey. In New Jersey, we have several accidents. One accident up in North Jersey on US 1 and 9 on Tunnel Avenue, northbound approaching New Jersey 495 and New Jersey 3. Left lane closed, 5 to 10 minute delay. There's also an accident northbound in the area of 495. Left lane closed. That is the same accident actually. There's delays in an earlier incident on the Outer Bridge crossing eastbound between New Jersey side and New York side. All lanes open to traffic, however, there's still a 30-minute delay, and this just popped up as I was saying the last delay. There's an accident with injuries in the Holland Tunnel westbound between New York side and the North Tube in Manhattan in New Jersey side. One lane is closed, at least one lane. That is poor timing for that to happen because Saturday evenings are always a mess on the Holland Tunnel coming into and out of New York City. This is likely to cause significant to major delays, and I wouldn't be surprised if it already is backed up. And as you can see here, we already have delays on the George Washington Bridge. That's not a good thing. And let's take a look at the Holland Tunnel here on camera if we can. This camera does not always work, but here we go. Okay, it's not too bad just yet, but I guarantee you if we look at this camera 15-20 minutes from now, it's going to be bumper to bumper with traffic flowing into and out of New York City. Let's take a look at the George Washington Bridge camera. As you can see, it's very heavy going towards the New York City side, and if you look closely coming back from New York, it's heavy there as well. And chances are, with given how much volume we have here, this delay is likely to grow. Over in South Jersey, things are not too bad on 295 and 42 at this time. Nothing major that we need to talk about. We'll take a look at 295 here. Just before 42, that camera's not working. We'll take a look here closer through to 42, and traffic is moving along fine, moderate volumes. Let's take a look at the Ben Franklin Bridge real quickly. We earlier did have some delays coming into Philadelphia on the Ben Franklin Bridge, and I believe those delays are still in effect. Let's see here. Yes, the sensor is showing up red. The camera's not working for whatever reason, but once you're approaching the toll plaza through over to 8th and Vine, traffic is generally stop and go due to heavy weekend volume. We have no delays on mass transit, and there's no delays on Amtrak or New Jersey Transit at this time, and SEPTA is flowing freely. The airport is running with no delays. I'm Joe Vodvarker for Jsvtraffic. Have a great Saturday night.